Hey, this is John. Welcome to the Pickled Punks.
Well, so there's two time zones. There's the poor time zone called Dayton and the rich time zone called New Greenwich. And there's intermediate time zones, but those are the only two that the movie kind of focuses on. But the fat cats in New Greenwich actively and with ill intention control the rates of interest and the salaries and the prices of things in Dayton. So it's not
I think they control the supply too. Like who has what time.
It's not a natural.
Who controls
feedback.
it? I think like a government controls it.
It's the
guy.
The
Weiss.
He controls it?
It's his bank. Those are his banks that his daughter's robbing, right? So he's in control of, I think, the interest rates and the supply. And
I guess maybe in the movie I thought it was more of a government problem because the daughter kept saying, how do we hurt them, thinking a mechanical part of society that does this, not, it really should have just been, how do we hurt him?
I think it was all the New Greenwich people in general.
Yeah, somebody's setting that. Somebody's deciding that, I don't know if it's an individual or if it's a collective.
But it probably goes to every industry is what I think where Brian was going. So it could be everyone. Like he controls the bank, which is the clearest one. But like if you own all the shops, then they just raise the prices of everything. So the money still always goes back to the rich people.
Yeah, maybe as you go through the time zones, different time zones focus on different things. So the poorest one is just doing manufacturing. And then as you get closer, they do more higher functioning things. And once you get to the top, you're not really doing anything except for just setting the standard and living. Forever.
Literally. If you got time.
If you got time to live.
So the clock only starts ticking when you turn 25.
Yeah, that's right. And that is even true for the rich people.
Why? I mean, if you're a New Greenwich capitalist who's out to milk the poor in Dayton, why wouldn't you give them 50 years or 75 years of drudgery on their arm? Why just give them 1 year? Do you think?
Well, if the idea is that you have to work for the time, so if you gave them 75 years, then they wouldn't work until they hit 76 or 74.5.
You think they'd wait till there was 1 year left to then take up a job? Your idea of going to university and becoming a lawyer or a scientist, wouldn't everyone have a lovely youth and then maybe in middle age go off to college and maybe around year 50 start working towards a career where you weren't just punching iron, in a machine factory for every extra spare 10 minutes. Like there's that desperate edge that the Dayton people have that I didn't really see the point of that in the whole. If it's a system cooked up by the rich, it didn't really make a lot of sense.
Well, it's okay. So if you're rich or you're poor, you hit 25, you get 1 year left. If you're rich, you can get time from your family or whatever. If you're poor and you don't have that availability, then you have to work and you get paid a minimal amount of wage in time to just sustain yourself. And so, I don't think I think it did get a little bit complicated with the economy piece where the prices of food and such is set. But I think as you go into time zones, it costs you more money or more time to get there. So let's say, for instance, if you're successful as a steel puncher and you end up making a fair amount of money, then you can pay to get to the next time zone where there's more opportunities. But if you never, I think the first jump was a month. So if you never accrue enough time for a month, then you're stuck in this very low wage set sort of situation. But if that's the case, then why would those kind of like gangsters not go to another side of town where maybe they couldn't get a better job. So that's how they make their wage. But also it's like, if you're robbing people who only have a day of time, you're going to have to rob at least 2 people a day just to continue moving. And you can't take all their time because then they'll be dead. So you can only grab like maybe 4 or 5 hours at a time. So even that person is just basically sustaining in their...
Yeah, they're just working another job.
Yeah.
It's robbing people.